Simon Scott Assembly Hall, one of the cathedrals of college hoops. Conference opener for the Hoosiers tonight, hosting a Minnesota team that comes in 0-1 in the Big Ten. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Bloomington. Dave Revson, thrilled to be alongside former Notre Dame star LaFonso Ellis, who have ever met. Hoosiers have won the last 8, and the opening tip is controlled by Minnesota.
Indiana will start in man and look for any ball screen situations. Their bigs are going to step out and hedge.
Frank Mitchell out top, a transfer from Canisius. This is Garcia. Working on Ballo. And Garcia goes to the jumper that rolls in.
Indiana worked defensively on that switch, but when Garcia sees Umar Ballo in front of him, he's licking his chops because he knows he can't come up close enough to him to prevent it from the drive.
On the other end, it's Mitchell guarding Ballo. There's Mbako. Now Trey Galloway. Renew down low, and he gets it to go.
The double team from Frank Mitchell, 0-0 in maroon, was late coming over. That's how he was able to get that shot off.
Well, somebody knew what they were talking about in the open. First 2 hoops, Garcia, Renew.
Get lucky every night.
Yeah, pretty good. Garcia for 3, that one off the rim, and Ballo controls the board for the Hoosiers. Here comes Miles Rice. Transfer for Washington State, inside Renew. 4 quick points for him.
Post-ups in middle lane will be available.
And tempo will be a big part of this game. Minnesota plays at a very deliberate pace as Mitchell misses that jumper. Indiana wants to try to push it. They do here, and Ballo gets his first 2.
We just talked about how well the bigs from Indiana run the floor. I like what I'm seeing so far from the Hoosiers.
Ballo really had to work on his conditioning when he played at Arizona. They get up and down the court. Got himself into great shape. Here's Mitchell stepping back and rattling one home.
Yeah,
no good by Galloway. Here comes Minnesota on the run. Odekale through the lane, but he can't finish. Rebound to Mitchell. Makai Patterson inside the arc.
Early in shoot around today, Ben Johnson talked about
this is Odekale. Patterson. Odekale through the lane, and he gets the roll.
Yeah, the hesitation dribble froze the help defender. Able to get to the right side of the rim. That was pretty.
On the other end, Ballo, and he draws a foul.
Dave, that's so hard to defend when you get a big running.
Work with Calbert Cheney, who knows a thing or two about shooting the basketball, and he has transitioned. That one rattlers have hit their last 3 from the field. We got Parker Fox in there now. There's Mitchell. Now Garcia spinning on Renew.
It's a really good flash cut to the middle of the floor.
And now a near turnover, and they do turn it over as Garcia has it. Straight to the hoop, and he lays it in. 4 quick points there for Dawson Garcia. He's got a half dozen. And Minnesota on top early here, 12-7. Mbako trying to answer, and he does.
It's a big shot for him. He's
backed away there. Galloway able to track it down. Ball was deflected. Here's Ballo. 8 to shoot. Inside Renew.
The big passing between those 2 guys is really.
This might be a little more deliberate than they want to be, and Fox turns it over.
Mismatch here.
Mbako right over Rigsby. He's already exceeded his total from the Miami game. 5 quick points here for Mbako.
Rigsby at 6'3", Mbako at 6'8". That is a mismatch there. Good recognition there by the sophomore.
See a little jab step in the pull-up.
Yeah, he's going to have to mix his J's and drop.
Didn't happen back in the day with the high tops.
No, indeed.
Yeah.
There's that small lineup that we talked about, Dave, with Mbako at the 4. He'll have some nice opportunities to score.
He gets fouled on his way to the basket. One more run with the Gophers, but an injury-plagued career. He's the leading freshman scorer in the league last year.
He struggled to
Renew the rebound.
miscommunication in the switch. Indiana dodged the bullet there.
This is Luke Goody, the transfer from Illinois, now Renew.
The ball's got to go to Renew inside.
Right around Garcia. Indiana dialing up the defensive intensity. Shot clock under 10. Rigsby winds his way in, and a tough shot by Brendan Rigsby, the transfer from Oregon.
Can't play better defense than that.
And you can't play worse defense than that.
Yes. The transition defense here early from Minnesota has really struggled, and Indiana has taken advantage of it in every way.
9 points already for Mbako. There's Mitchell, head fake into the lane, lays it in.
Yeah, that's good for Minnesota. He's their second best player.
Rigsby the rebound. Rigsby working out Goody. He'll go to the well again. How about Brendan Rigsby giving them a spark?
Well, he's so good. He always wants to get back to.
They have so far here tonight.
They certainly have. The energy and the effort has been consistent here in this first half. The question is, can they continue it throughout the course of this game?
Got beat on the offensive glass there in Bryson.
Has to be a bit smarter. He did his work by getting them off the block, and now he's got to stop the physicality. That was a silly foul there.
Tucker through the lane.
He brings
one. Here's Osama on the drive, cut off there. Edmonds now. Can't get the roll, and Tucker controlling the rebound. Tucker making his presence felt here for IU.
Minnesota's got to get Garcia back on the floor.
There's Ballo. Fouled on his time. You get that McDonald's All-American label. There's Ballo.
On his part, he's added 13 pounds of muscle. He's versatile, handles, finishes great at the rim.
Nowhere to go for Minnesota. Mitchell tries to drop it off to Frank Mitchell, and he manages to draw a foul. Talk about getting bailed out there.
And you could tell Mike's
story. He was a hockey player until age 14. He grew up in Canada. Organized basketball. He went from there to junior college. From there to Canisius, where he had to sit out. Now he got this opportunity at Minnesota. Really, really cool journey.
Indeed. You can see that big little brace on his shoulder, dislocated his shoulder. He's playing through the pain.
Goody. Tucker. Oh, Bryson Tucker. Shot clock at 6. Again, Minnesota having trouble getting anything going on this end. Patterson, step back three, back heel and out. And the rebound, Carlisle. Hoosiers want to run. Beautiful feed to Tucker. Renew. Carlisle getting back out there after missing 3 games. Renew inside to Ballo, and all Lakai Patterson could do was push him in the back and hope for the best.
To Juju Watkins, but she's so much fun to watch.
Arizona.
First team all Pac-12. Mbaka's got a little one inside if they can see it.
Ballo.
Tell you what.
There's Ballo, great post position, and one. Ballo. Tell you, talk about those games in the Bahamas, the first 2 that Mike Woodson described as a disaster as Fox forces the turnover. Now Mitchell the other way hits the 3, so maybe that'll get Minnesota going, but you can't wait to watch that game on the 20th against the Irish.
Parker Fox got to take a look inside. Garcia's got Luke Goody guarding him on the interior.
Knocked away by Renew. Tries to get it ahead to Tucker, and then a scramble and a foul on Patterson. Figures did that in 2 of the first 4 games of the year, but last 5 games for Indiana. Get a little more contribution from him, 1 and 2.
Basketball in his blood. His dad, Byron, played for North Carolina State and George Mason between 88 and 92 during my time.
Played for the great Joe Wooten in high school, the son of the even greater Morgan Wooten, one of the all-time legendary high school basketball coaches as Fox throws down the jam.
They've noticed how that ball changed sides of the floor, right side to the left side. You get that defense moving. Those opportunities are there. Well executed by the Gophers out of that timeout.
Under 2 minutes here in the first half. 9-point lead for the Hoosiers. Make it 12. Carlisle gets his first points of the game.
He's an excellent defender. So if he can start knocking down that three ball with any consistency, as Mike Mitchell has found the range here in the first half. Big boots for the Hoosiers.
Mitchell into double figures, but Renew very quickly on the other end. There's Tucker right around Oda Cali, and he gets the roll.
I'll tell you what, I love
in his Indiana career. About a 15-second difference, shot clock and game clock. And a chance for a 2-for-1, but not going to take it. And now they turn it over.
Basketball went out of bounds.
A 13-point lead for the Hoosiers.
Slot ball screen coming here.
Renew. Knocked away. And Rigsby will heave it up. Not there. And so Indiana, 3-point range than the Hoosiers do of all the power conference teams in the country.
That's understandable. They're 6'8", 6'9", 7 feet across the front line. Most of their points should come in the painted area.
They talk about Rice not scoring in the first half. He makes amends there, gets the first two. Galloway on the move. Renew. Over Garcia, that is tough to stop.
Lefty against lefty there, and he froze him with...
Now Oda Cali. Shot clock under 10. Garcia double teamed, able to get it up on the rim, and he'll go to the strike.
Yeah, Garcia's going to have to realize that when he...
Garcia was offered elsewhere, and then he just had such a passion. Minnesota across that jersey. Such a key player in this one. And Baco. That's a 2. And Paulo able to keep it alive out to Galloway. And out Galloway's foul. Team in the country in terms of average height. I like it, right? Yeah.
To occupy him, to give Garcia some room to be able to work one-on-one.
That foul, by the way, Fonz, was on Mike Mitchell. Ben Johnson keeping him out there with 3 fouls because you got to roll the dice at this point. Leave him on the floor as Renew hits again in ice. Over Garcia, that doesn't go. And Mitchell's got it for Minnesota. Oda Cali now. Here's Garcia, and he gets 2. Offensively, I mean, Indiana has just shut the water off here after the great start for Minnesota. Mbako with the pull-up that goes.
I'll tell you what, Dave, he's got a gorgeous stroke. Every time he shoots it, I think it's going in.
Minnesota just 4 of its last 19 from the field. Remember, they started 11 of 15. What's that a function of here, Fonz?
I think Minnesota, there you go. They've got to...
And they do not. Now the steal by Mitchell. Turnovers on both sides.
1-on-1, he's got to go quick.
He does. Right around Renew. Missed opportunity for the Gophers. Here's Renew. Now Carlisle for 3, and he got it. So Kanan Carlisle making his presence felt, and his return from a lower body injury, a couple 3-pointers, and the lead back out to 16.
Because of the attention that you have to give Renew in the post, those shots will be open for the perimeter players of the Hoosiers.
Garcia Can't get the roll, but it'll go back to the strike.
Get him moving to allow some one-on-one opportunities here for Garcia.
Reichert, the last to do that in Minnesota, that was 25 years ago. They got their feet under them in the final game and played pretty well since then, although Mike Woodson wasn't delighted with the game against Miami of Ohio the other night. And Carlisle, knocked away by Fox, trying to keep it alive, and he does. Fox scoops it up, and it'll go to the strike. Second foul there on Carlisle as Fox goes to the free throw line.
Last year, one of the only two guys on the team to do so, and he's really helped his Golden Gopher teammates here tonight.
Again, we mentioned his 8th year of college basketball. He said he just wanted to cement his legacy as a Gopher by coming back, and he has certainly done that. He is all heart. Tucker continues his hot play. That's 13 for the freshman, one shy of his career high.
Miscommunication there between Odakale and Fox. No one took the curl guy. That's how he was able to get so open.
Odakale. The other way, Tucker. Almost the acrobatic alley-oop there. He will go to the...
Did a great job. We've seen his pull-up J. We've seen his finishing ability at the rim. He's
here at the line, who has just set a new career high.
Keeps a ton alive for the Hoosiers.
Now Goody the pull-up along 2 for the transfer from Illinois. First 2 points of the game.
They've been able to get some really good stuff off of that underneath out of bounds. A little inside screen, second screen, and then curling that guy off. That's been potent.
Fox through the lane.
That's the Parker Fox we know.
Really an explosive athlete. Again, as you say, that's 2 ACL tears in. Ballo's got the answer on the other end. Corner 3 doesn't go there for Carlisle. Rice the offensive rebound behind the back to Tucker. Now Carlisle the pull-up. And the foul.
Gorgeous pull-up jumper.
And what a difference he has made. Again, missed a few games. That's 11.
To keep them honest.
Garcia, 2 on the baseline.
Yeah, he's been much more assertive and going quickly when he has that one-on-one mismatch. I love what he's doing here in the second half. They've got to be able to string together some stops, though. Success on the offensive end. They score a bucket. Indiana's right back at you, putting so much pressure on their transition defense.
Right, and we talked a lot with Ben Johnson today about pace, and obviously Minnesota wanted to slow this game down, but they have not provided a whole lot of resistance for Indiana getting up and down the court. Here's Patterson, and he draws the foul. Here, 73% of the year, mentioned a Minneapolis native. Family has known Ben Johnson. Barely made an impact, but turned into a really good player in Charlotte last year.
Terrific, have been terrific the entire game. But then Bryson Tucker, of course, had a big double-figure scoring first half, and then here in the second half, Kanan Carlisle. It is because of injuries, and particularly with Mike Mitchell, the guy at the foul floor, and without his ability to stretch the defense and create plays, now they become one.
In the MAC, as Renew tries to lob, and does not connect with anything other than the rim. And Rigsby the other way now for Minnesota.
Nice move.
Very nice move and a good finish by Brendan.
Level the playing field.
It will absolutely. Part of the issue here has been, frankly, NIL. And having money and getting outbid for players when the revenue share starts next year. And again, for people who don't know, as Ballo is fouled down low for schools. And again, we're talking about significant amounts of money.
Because 100 in terms of their wins and building. And maybe that team steps up and becomes one of the top 10 teams in the Big Ten this year. But as it is, there's a huge imbalance, and teams like Minnesota really struggle to retain players.
Add Joshua Ola-Joseph to that list as well.
Great point.
Playing at Cal this year. I mean, he had recruited a really
nice
good
pass.
team. Nice feed there, and Garcia finishes it off.
Draft stock and position going forward.
Hoosiers 3 turnovers, no field goals over the last 3 minutes. Reneau, if he can end that, he'll go to the stripe, so the field goal drought will continue. Early December, but as you say, there's a difference between 1 of 2 for Reneau, and Baco gets it though and lays it in.
You're just trying to string together stops, and it starts with when they can get one, they've got to rebound the basketball and not allow the Hoosiers to get second chance opportunities.
And Galloway will go to the stripe as Mitchell commits the foul there. That is no timeout against Miami of Ohio. Mike Woodson telling us today still somewhat limited. They'll roll that one in.
Last year didn't shoot it very well from 3, only 26%, but having shot 46% in the 22-23 season. This year he's back to shooting lights out. 57% coming into this game.
Battle for the board, and a foul inside going to go against Frank Mitchell.
It's so hard not to do that.
Yes. It's also hard to hide.
Your instinct is to just go after it.
But I would still refer to you as a big man, right? Maybe just not a big man. From the free throw line. There comes Miles Rice the other way. And Baco the turnaround. Rebound to Tucker. And he throws it away. And then Oda Cali is fouled by Miles Rice.
Yeah, I didn't like
Had 7 teams they've blown out, and they've been blown out twice. Oda Cali, that was it. There's Tucker, one of the breakout stars of this game.
Mr. Baco on the baseline.
Rice hanging in the air, had it blocked away nicely by Oda Cali. Now on the run, it's Garcia, and he lays it in.
He does a really nice job. Have the awareness and the feet to be able to finish that play. That was incredible.
Tucker drawing the foul there with a half dozen boards in this one. Misses the free throw. It's a team we've seen go through some lulls this season. This has been a reasonably lull-free game for IU. There's Mitchell still toughing it out on that ankle. And gives it off to Frank Mitchell, who lays it in. His field goal. Big Canadian.
Ballo overcommitted to the basketball, and that's how Frank Mitchell was able to slip behind.
Ballo inside, throws down the jam.
The high-low action with Reneau and Ballo is nearly impossible to guard, and they've executed impeccably throughout this game.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. You're still watching IU try to figure out some of these rotations as Frank Mitchell gets the offensive rebound to go.
Anyone on that bench who could fill the void that's left by him, and even with him being here playing, you know, he's playing with really one leg, and that's just hard, and they don't have someone who could create the type of production that he brings. And you balance those guys with Indiana. You know, one guy's not playing.
Difference, too, between IU last year and IU this year, particularly, I think.
There's many things that I've been impressed with, but the chief thing tonight, the communication defensively for Indiana has been exceptional tonight.
Tucker left that one short. Tell me how that's manifested itself.
Anytime there's been a switch, I can see and hear through his disposal on the offensive end. If they can take care of that defensive end with that type of communication for 40 minutes, and I haven't seen them have that kind of fight over the last 4 or 5 games. And they did that on a couple of occasions, but there's a sense of urgency with this Indiana Hoosiers defense now.
A message received then for the Hoosiers coming out of that game against the Red Hawks. Kate Betts with a nice drive and first 2 points. Carlisle for 3.
He's been brilliant here in the second half.
Season high for him with 14. Now the missed dunk there by Edmonds. And Indiana does not need to shoot it again.
Dave, classic example of what we were talking about. Ballo didn't have to challenge that. It's late in the game. But he's not surrendering anything at the rim and contested and blocked that dunk at the rim. Impressive.
Well, the Hoosiers led it for the final 28 minutes of this game, and they dribble out an 82-67 win, the 6th time in 10 games this year that Michael Woodson's team has eclipsed the 80-point mark. Indiana improves to 7-0 at home, 4th straight win for them, and their 9th straight home win against the Gophers. Now 4-0